Alrighty, guys, happy Wednesday to everyone. And today is an extra special Wednesday. Angela, what is going on? Well, listen, I have the honor to bring to you guys my friend, my wealth mentor, Dr. Kathy Kirkland. And I'm just so grateful and so thankful for the role of this amazing, powerful, the one and only woman of God, Dr. Kathy Kirkland, for being in my life, for being in my family's life. You know, how many of you know that when you come into relationship with a person, your life either upgrades or it changes and go the opposite way, right? But I'm telling you, since I met this woman, my life upgraded, the life of my family got an upgrade, and we're forever grateful and thankful. What I love about her the most is truly her love for God. Then I love her love for her family, how she honors her husband and her children. She's the virtuous woman. And then, wait. I'm not done. And then I love her transparency. One thing about Dr. Kathy, like me, she'll tell it like it is. It is what it is. If you want to know, ask. If you don't want to know, don't ask. And so, guys, I have the privilege to bring up to the platform Dr. Kathy Kirkland. I want to encourage all of you to just reach out to someone. If there's someone that you love today, I want you to take a few minutes and just share this feed with them. And I want you to reach out to them and say, guys, you got to be here. Guys, we're 44 days away from the new year for us starting to say Happy New Year. And so we have the ability to change the lives of families. And we're doing it right now with this woman of God, with this powerful educator. She teaches us. We have students from all around the world gather to trade with her. And you may say, Angela, trade, but trading sounds hard. Guys, trading may sound hard, but not when you're in Kathy Kirkland's class, right? She makes it fun. If you're a believer, she makes you feel at home. If you're not a believer, you want to be a believer when you get done. So she takes the pulpit and bring it into the trading room. And before you know it, you just don't realize the transformation that's taking place. You're utilizing your phone to make money. You're learning a skill set that pays you for life. And so without any further ado, Dr. Kathy, so glad that you're on here. Oh my gosh, I am honored for real.
Thank you guys for having me on. It's always a pleasure to be on with the Kingdom Chamber of Commerce, because you're all about God's business and helping people, get control of their business and to do more with their business. So it's always a pleasure to be on.
Judy J from Texas just say, "Hey, Dr.
Hey, Judy."
Judy says she gonna bring you some turkey for Thanksgiving.
Well, bring it on down. I'll be in Alabama, but I will be back. I take leftovers.
Because you guys don't live far from each other.
No, we're about 2 hours away.
Yeah,
so 2 hours away.
Yeah, Judy says she's coming over.
Judy is my girl. My first time meeting Judy was like, I've been knowing her for years. She saved me, even when my own husband didn't get out there on the boat and help me. Judy came to my rescue.
Yeah, Judy said you guys are 1 hour away from each other.
Oh, 1 hour. Okay. Oh, yeah, she's just a game.
Yeah, so don't worry. Judy gonna be showing up. Don't play the mess around with Judy. Judy takes her assignments very seriously. We've proven that. But anyway, Dr. K, we met about 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I'll never forget the first time I saw you. I literally was at the gym, and I was working out, and I was always talking about pastors really having additional sources of revenue, right? And to be wealthy, we want our pastors to be wealthy, right? Because it stems from the head down. And so here I am at the gym, and I stumbled across your one of your messages that was on YouTube, and you were talking about your story, and you shared, and then you told us about how much you love God and the fact that you were a co-pastor. And when I saw that, and I said, see, pastors can be rich, and they don't have to get rich just from the church. They could have additional streams of revenue and then be the biggest contributor to their congregation. And man, I start running around that. And when you start talking about the foreign exchange market and you start talking about ECC 11, listen, I had read that scripture before. And it wasn't until you broke that thing down in the Good News translation that I really got it. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
God, this is it. God, this is it. God, you have answered my prayers. God, now I'm going to be rich for real, for real. And let me tell you something. When I saw ECC 11 in the Good News translation, Blama, if there's a way that you could put it on the screen, I would be forever grateful. But the Good News translation, Ecclesiastes 11, says that it's good to enter into foreign trade. It is good. And
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like God is saying to his children, listen, you're a child of the king. You come from a wealthy family. It is not my will for you to be down there on planet Earth struggling. It is not my will for you to be down there on planet Earth toiling. It is not my will for you to lose sleep because you can't pay your bills. Children, there's a better way. And Dr. K, when I start reading that scripture, it is good to enter into foreign trade. It's almost like he's saying, do this. And that's when I realized that if you're not trading Forex, if you're not in the foreign exchange market, you're in trouble, right? Yeah. Because he's showing you that this is the way to go. He said, because you never know what type of bad luck you're going to run into. And so when I heard you break it down and you gave your story with it, that did it for me. And then, of course, God used Auntie J to be able to bring us together in Dallas. I think it was Dallas, right?
Yeah, it was Dallas. It was Dallas. And when Auntie J asks you to do anything, she's just so sweet and loving. I just did it. I was like, okay, all right. She just kept saying, you need to meet her and you need to be in New Jersey. You got to be in New Jersey. I done talked to your assistant. She said you're free on that day and you're going to be there. I was like, all right, I'll be there. I don't know who that is, but I'll be there. And when I was there, when we were there in Dallas, your husband, the bishop, Paul, he came up and, I had a lot of people around me and he just started.
It's not like a lot of people,
yes.
guys, a lot of people. It's like she was swamped with like hundreds and people. The room was probably, I think we had like about 12,000 people back then in 2019, and everybody wanted to meet Dr. K. And so Paul just stepped up and went to become Dr. K's armor bearer. And so he just put order in place, and there was like a line and there was order.
That he did. And I was so grateful for that because I had neuropathy in my feet during that time. I hadn't been too long, came off chemo and everything, and my feet was killing me. And he came in, set order. We got things done because I had another class to go to and teach. And it was awesome. It was awesome.
Dr. Kathy, did you ever, looking back at your life now, is this what you saw that God did you have a glimpse of what you would be doing today? Was there? Yeah.
I saw, and it was prophesied to me through my old bishop that I will be talking on a stage, talking to thousands of people, ministering to them. I saw that, but it came to reality back in 2018, where I had the opportunity to speak at an IM convention in front of 6,000 people. And I was able to tell all of them about Ecclesiastes 11:1. And even though, he saw it as that, I've always seen myself as being, wealthy or not struggling, for my whole life. You get a vision of what you're supposed to be at a young age. You just don't know how you're going to go about accomplishing it. So you go through different phases trying to figure it out, until you get there. And I did see myself helping thousands of people. So I just don't use the pulpit that's in house. I use the pulpit out of house. And yeah, you're right. Preachers, mothers, fathers, couples, married couples, single people, you have the opportunity to be wealthy. And especially if you're in the ministry, God gives you the mysteries and he gives you the word in order to accomplish that. He shows you that. To me, that's a part of the wealth transfer. That's the foundation for wealth right there.
Wow. That's powerful because, there are some new people on here, I'm sure, that have not yet heard your story. Can you tell them how you got to this place? Doesn't have to be very long, but just a quick, so they get to know who Dr. K is. Who's the Dr. K that we know? Who's the Dr. K that folks from all around the world gather together a couple times a week to be able to get to sit with you and to be able to learn from you. And mortgages have been paid because, if you look at Dr. K, listen, God knows why he blesses certain people. If I had the skill set that Dr. K has, come on now. You
You
understand?
got it.
Man, if I had the type of resources that Dr. K has, she just is so low key. But don't just look at that smile like that, guys. Like, really get to know her. This woman of God right here is anointed by God to be able to help lead God's people through the end time wealth transfer. So share a little bit about your story, Dr. K.
Well, when I first got started, it was at an inopportune time. The real estate market had crashed, and I used to be a real estate agent. And the property management company I had, everything I had, including my 401k, had crashed right along with it. And I had worked from age 19 to, mid 40s. And so everything that I had tied up in the 401k, when the real estate market crashed, it crashed. It was crashed down to $2,000. I didn't have another 20 years to give anybody at all. My husband had just retired out of the military after 25 years of service. And we had 4 kids in college, and we were living off a half a check. And a good friend of mine, Dr. Joel Tankard, had gave me a call. I didn't want my rich friend to know that I was now broke. So I was asking her, I was like, well, what are you doing to maintain your lifestyle during this recession? I wasn't recession proof at all. And so I'm trying to figure it out. And I didn't, reality hit. Like Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn to make money in your sleep, you're working to the day you die. And that became a reality for us. So my husband ended up taking a contracting job overseas. Now, keep in mind, he did 25 years in the military, and we were living off a half a check. He had to go back to work again, and it pulled him away from his family. I had 4 kids in college and a 4-year-old. So he already missed the other 4 kids. And now it's like he was going to miss the opportunity to see this last one grow up because there wasn't going to be any more babies.
Hey.
So, Dr. Joe called, and she was like, hey, I believe it was Lawrence Young that called her, and I was on the phone with them. And they said, they was coming down to Dallas for me to come up and meet them there. And we get to meet the owner, and they're going to show us what they do. So when I went, I realized I was in the company of a totally different circle. They had everything that I was looking for, and they was doing exactly what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how. So in that meeting, I found out how the poor got rich and how the rich got wealthy. And so while I'm sitting there, I'm listening to their testimonies of how they struggled, what they went through, the things that they did. And they didn't know that my house was in foreclosure. I had a padlock on the door. And I became a squatter in my own house, trying to figure it out. My husband took the job overseas. And so, he was gone, and that was going to be 30 days before he got a check. It was before he was getting ready to go. He hadn't left yet. And so when I was there, and it was more or less of a copy and paste system. And all you had to do was just copy and paste and follow them. So I have never, out of all the degrees I got, nobody ever taught me how to make money work for me. They've always taught you from the time you get in school how to make money, how to work for money, but not how to make money work for you. They didn't teach us about the banking system. They didn't teach us of how money really works. They didn't teach us any of those things. They taught us to go to school, to be able to get a good job.
Good job.
Yeah, a good job. You got a good job.
Good job.
Don't you leave that good job. You stay on that good job for like 25 years. You stay right there. It's just like the plantation.
That's it.
You stay on that plant. Master's good to
it don't matter what they do. You get a check, don't you? Yeah.
Okay.
You stay right there.
And so, they teach us all of that. They teach us, to work pretty much 6 days a week and rest on Sunday. And so, I was sitting there and I was just listening to the stories, and then I heard Christopher Terry's story of how, he was poor his whole life. He grew up and he was homeless at the time, and he met his wife, and he shared his story because they was getting closer. He shared his story with her, and she said, I could show you how to never work for money again.
Ooh,
and she
type that
taught him how to trade. So that Proverbs 31 woman in Isis de la Torah stood up and showed him exactly what he needed to do in order to get on his feet, because she ran that department at one of the major banks, not the regular banks, but the bank of the rich. So I came home, I was so excited, I signed up. I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm coming back, and I come back to my circle of friends, and then I'm telling them, and some of you are on here and you're listening to me. I've been telling you for years, I've been trying to get you to do this, and to learn how to copy and paste, and that's all you had to do. You had to just dedicate yourself in order to be able to do it. So I came back and I was telling my friends about it, and the first thing that they said, Angela, was, "That's a scam."
That's it. That's what we said. We don't know.
Scam. You need to get a job. Girl, Mantech is hiring. They'll hire you back. You can go back to work for them. And, all these things. And, and it was disappointing because they couldn't help me pay my bills. They didn't know I was in foreclosure because they was in the same boat that I was in. I couldn't get any money from them. I had nobody I had to borrow from. And I couldn't afford to borrow from nobody because I couldn't pay them back. So I'm in the pulpit preaching. And I'm preaching faith, and I'm telling them God's going to do it, yeah, we're in the pit right now, but God is going to bring you to the path. You know how we do. We shouting, "This is your time. The devil's mad." And
oh God, you're seeing me?
Yes. So I'm doing all of that, and then I get out of the pulpit, come home, get in my closet because I didn't want my baby to see me break down like that. And get in my closet and just start crying and carrying on. Mad 1 minute, snatching clothes off the hanger, throwing shoes, and then real humble the next minute. Then I just laid there. And then I heard God plainly speak Ecclesiastes 11:1. I pulled it up, and that's when I found the Good News Translation. Wow. So I knew at that moment that I was in a man-made company and a God-written skill set. With a God-written skill set, I couldn't lose. And so, I literally got up. I had $40 to my name. I put it in the market. 8 months later, my dreams came true. And I've been doing this for 5 years now. 5 years. I went from not knowing how to read the charts to being the number one educator in the company for 2 years in a row.
Number one educator, y'all. Type that in the chat. Number one educator. See in front of you right here. The first woman that looks like her. Were you the first woman, Dr. K? First woman educator in the company?
No, Daisy Duncan was the first one.
Okay.
I was the Lee Allen was next, and then it was me. But I'm the only Black female educator in the company. Excellent. I was the only one to go first, to go number one. I was the first Black educator to go first. And we all came out under Dr. Jewel's team.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes right there.
That's it. That Dr. Jewel Tankard, keep an eye on her.
That speaks volumes. So, and I got sought out because people on my team, we were copying and trading. So that, like I said, this became ministry. So Christopher Terry was on one of my Zooms, and he saw me, helping people. And he called me the next day. I didn't believe it was him. Dr. Jewel was like, "Yeah, that's him. He's on the phone." And he offered me a position to be able to teach in 120 countries. And he said I didn't have to change what I was doing. He tweaked a little bit where I was missing. And 5 years later, I'm still there.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory. So, Dr. K, one of the challenges that I'm sure you've seen this, and, we're 44 days away. This time of the year becomes a lot more challenging for most families. As it is, we're living in challenging times, period. The world we were born into no longer exists. 44 days away, Thanksgiving is coming. Everywhere you go, there's Christmas.
Yeah. Listen, over here on this side, you can have Christmas every day. You have to reset your mind because people will start panicking. It's the end of the year. I can't buy my kids any Christmas and everything. The best thing that you can buy your kids is, they want to see sometimes, how can I say this? Our kids have Christmas every day, and we want to make sure that they have a lot of gifts up under the tree because of, tradition. And we will cut some things out. We will run up credit cards. We will take out loans just so we can go buy something that is not going to appreciate in value. The last recession, you got to start learning how to be recession proof. So let me say that we got to start being recession proof. Things are going to happen. Life is going to happen. Like I was telling them this morning when we were on earlier this morning, Paul had a thorn in his side. And some of you have a thorn in your side in this finances. And you get to murmuring and complaining, and then you're praying, God, please help me. God, please help me. And, you know, I got this thorn in my flesh. And God told Paul, my grace is sufficient. So what I got out of that was there has not been one thorn that has ever stopped the vision.
Wow.
Your thorn is to see how bad do you want it.
Ooh.
And how much you're going to push through in order to get it. Angela knows my situation, you know, and some of the things that I go through and what I'm going through now, you know, thank you, Reverend Bio. If you're listening, I just want to send love to you. Thank you. You were so on time, you know, and calling my name out. But there hasn't been a thorn that has stopped any vision. We all have a vision. And sometimes you got to go back and you got to reset your mind. God wants you to reset your mind and reset your way of thinking. Every year around this time, we'll start going into debt. We'll start charging up credit cards. We'll go out and buy stuff that we don't need. We will skip an electric bill just to, you know, purchase something just to make somebody happy. But what's more happier than you can do is become your own bank. I learned how to become my own bank. And so if we can show you how to make money off the money that you currently spend, would you be interested? You don't even have to know how to trade anymore. You don't have to get on and trade. This is how strong we want to finish 2021. 2020 will never be forgotten. You hear me? Ever be forgotten. 2021, it's a struggle because we're in the heart of the inflation. We're in the heart of the recession now. But if I can show you how to be recession proof and how to take the money that you currently have and profit off of it, if I could show you how to be your own bank. We have the Kirkland Bank over here.
Come on now, the Pipersburg Bank.
Okay.
Margaret just said on YouTube, teach us, Dr. Kathy, teach us.
So what we're doing here, what we're doing is called DeFi banking. DeFi is decentralized finance. And that's one of the things that we're doing now. Let me tell you something. Your bank uses XRP, that's Ripple, on a daily basis to transfer money from one bank to another bank. And they do it through the internet. And they've been doing this for years. If I can show you, and shout out to Randy Webb.
Yeah.
She told me, she said, Dr. K, I know you love coffee. Everybody know I love coffee. Everybody know I love coffee. And he said, if you was to take what you're getting ready to spend, put it into your DeFi, decentralized banking, that's owned by you, you can make money off the money that you spend. So here I am. I said, okay, let me try it. I put $10 into my DeFi banking, which is my crypto account. I put $10 in there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to skip a couple of days of going to Starbucks and getting some coffee. And then I'm going to use that money that's in there to purchase my coffee. So I put the $10 in there. When I went to go buy coffee, I was up $25. My coffee is only $5. So all I did in my crypto wallet, I have a Visa card. They give you a Visa card that you can use. And so I went and got my $5 coffee, but my $10 deposit made me $25. I took $5 out. So I'm still in the profit. If I can show you how to do that. One girl, I think it was on Camille Westmoreland's team. She said that she did this. She put her money, she took her 401k, put it into a crypto wallet. She also had got in an accident and totaled her car out. And so the insurance company gave her the money for the car. She took that money, put it into her crypto wallet, and she went to her bank to go get financing so she can get another car. Her bank was giving her a hard time. The same money that she put into her bank account, right? The same money she put into her bank account, she had to have the right credit in order to get it. And then they take her through all this paperwork, then charge her interest in order to borrow this money. And then, they can come back and take the car if she don't pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they was giving her a hard time about, okay, you need this, you need that, you need this, all this extra, all thousands of paperwork. If you have ever applied for something, they want your life history. They want references. They want your mama. They want your daddy's phone number, your close relative, and a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody I can call when you don't answer the phone. If you ever did that type of one in the chat, because Angela and I are going to show you how you don't have to do that no more.
Right.
So what she did was she remembered she had put the money that she got from her car being totaled and put it into her crypto account. She went back and saw how much it grew. She took the profit off. She got a line of credit credit.
Somebody type a line of credit in the chat.
Line of credit.
Ooh, without a credit check.
Without a credit check and without references. They told her because she had so much money that she deposited in there, we're willing to give you a line of credit. This is how the bank works. And plus, she was making anywhere from 20 to 30% profit off of her money sitting there.
Wow.
I can say this. I put $50,000 into a crypto account. And in 2-3 hours, I had $4,000 profit.
Woohoo!
Within that. So what she did was she took that money out and she went and bought her a car that she has the title to.
True.
And that she don't have to pay it back, because as long as crypto is appreciating and it's going up, she can it's a line of credit. You got a line of credit with me. She's going to continue to put her money in there because her money is making money and it's beneficial for her to keep it in there. And so this one guy, I can't think of his name. I was trying to find his name. I had heard about it and read it. He's some kind of superstar. He put money into his crypto account.
Yep, I got it.
You got it?
To buy a house, right?
Yes, bought the house. Went and got a line of credit for $1.1 million or $1.2 million and went and bought him a house. Yes. Didn't go qualify. He used the money that was sitting in the bank, and it'll tell you once you put your money in that account, you'll see a note on your account saying you have a line of credit of X amount of dollars that you can take out right now. And I can tell you, one of the other girls on my team, Demita, she said her husband put his check into his crypto wallet, his DeFi banking, because Demita McGee, they have the McGee Bank of Trust, put his check in there. And she said they turned around and got a line of credit off of it immediately after putting it in. This is what cutting out the middleman does. Now, I'm not saying put all your money in one basket. Nobody puts all your money in one basket. You need to have some cash on hand. You need to have lines of credit, and you need to have majority in your DeFi banking, because that's what's happening. That's what's coming up now. That's what's happening.
Wow, Dr. K. I mean, when you think about this is just mind blowing. I'm hearing an echo. I'm hearing echo, Blama. Yeah, but this is just mind blowing to even think about, even with the coffee, even starting there and getting a Visa card based on your crypto.
Yes.
I mean, and was there a credit check?
No credit check, none of that. When you put your money in there, it's not like regular banking. So this is where you rethink your mind. You reset your mind, because now I'm the bank. Now what I need to do a credit check on my own self when I'm the bank.
Jesus, I want to jump up and I want to scream, but I got to contain myself. I'm the bank. Somebody type that in the chat for me, please. Everybody who's listening to us, watching us, if you get the replay, just type I'm the bank. Please just type I'm the bank. Wow.
So you don't have to get once you put money in there, you can also tell them you want a Visa card, so that way you don't have to transfer money, transfer it into your bank or anything like that. When President Biden said when he was trying to pass a bill of saying every $600 that you get deposited in your bank account, we need to know where it come from. Now, come on, the stimulus checks when they first started out sending it out to you, this is the reason why they want to do it, because they gave you $600. So at a minimum, they're going to do that. Then they gave you $1,200. Then they gave you another $1,200. So now we didn't give them money. So now we need to take their power back and find out every $600 that they get, we need to tax it when it's being deposited in their account. This is why people are starting to be their own bank, because the government wants to come in and take completely over it. And when God has said you're going to be the head and not the tail, this is how you become the lender and not the borrower.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, somebody. Talk to me on this blessed Wednesday evening. To God be the glory. Wow. The lender and not the borrower. The lender and not the borrower. That's word right there. Apostle Francis said, I'm the bank. I know that's right, Apostle. Tanya said, I'm the bank. I know Tanya. To God be the glory. Suzanne said, I'm the bank. That's it, guys. Listen, if you're the bank, just type you're the bank. Type it. Put it out there so the world can see, you know, that you've made that switch. You're the bank. We deserve to be the bank.
Yeah.
Dr. Kathy, for so long, we've been taken advantage of.
And that's because of lack of knowledge. We don't study. We study enough, but we don't study to show ourselves approved. When you begin to study and to study this system, it only took me, I think, all these years in the age I am now, I can say that I'm recession proof.
Wow.
And you got to learn how to become recession proof. God has never intended for his people to be begging for money. What is David said? Was it David? I've never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging bread.
Amen.
You don't have to beg. God is giving you everything that you need in order to be successful, and it's in the book. And then when you study to show yourself, even in the Bible, it sets up governments. It sets up everything that's supposed to be in order. And when you get connected, and I am so grateful for Christopher Terry and the things that he has done. You know, a lot of people, you know, talking about I am all they want is your money. We don't want your money. We don't even get your money.
Oh, that part.
We're trying to show you how to make your money work for you. And because we're doing that, that's some strange thing. That's a strange thing. You don't want to get, you know, sometimes we're so, it's been so long, and we don't fault anybody, because we were in that same boat, and we're not knocking the job, because your job is supposed to bring you seed money. Your job is seed money. Your whole job is not meant to go to every bill. You're supposed to pay tithes. You're supposed to pay yourself, and then you pay your bills. You stop living above your means or below your means. You know, you hand them out. You don't have to be paycheck to paycheck anymore. You don't have to be paycheck to paycheck anymore. All you got to do is just follow the system that's already set up. This is how the rich stay wealthy. Mark Cuban is one of the ones that's talking about the bullish growth of DeFi, or decentralized finance. This right here is going to pose a challenge to traditional banking. This is how the banks, you know, get their money. And even some of them, you know, it started out, you know, like that. And then it started out where you can now put your check on a card. Now you can use Cash App. Listen, man, before you had to deposit your check in. Listen, when we used to have to go and deposit our checks in the bank
forever.
Yes. And you know why? Because if we get paid on Friday, everybody running to the bank at lunchtime, trying to get there before 3. Because if you deposit your check in the bank after 3 o'clock, you did not have access to it until Tuesday morning at 4 a.m.
Man, that ain't right.
And you know why? Because the market closes at 3 o'clock. They get to trade your money Sunday at midnight, or Monday morning from midnight to 5 a.m. And then all day Monday. And then Tuesday morning at 5 a.m., you see your check deposited in your account. That's because the banks make trillions of dollars in 8 hours a day off of your money that's in there, because they call it a sweep account. They sweep all your money into one account and they trade it from midnight to 5 a.m. So if they're doing that, once you deposit your money into your crypto wallet account, the same account that they use to make money, except for they use Ripple for their coin.
Wow.
So you put your money in there and you let it sit and trade it from midnight to 5 a.m. and wake up the next day and put $5 in there or $10 in there and wake up the next day and be done made double your money, and you take with your initial investment back out, go buy your coffee, and you done made a profit.
Come on now.
Now, I'm not even talking about dinner. Just imagine my mortgage is coming up. So I'm going to put $1,800 in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to let it sit into the first. Instead of me going Black Friday shopping, why am I going to go Black Friday shopping? I'm going to put my money in there. I'm going to double my money come the first. I'm going to take it out. And what have I lost? I just took out the profit. My money is still there. And crypto is still going up. Listen, crypto going up to 300,000. 300,000 is what they predicted. It may even be more than that. But this is what I'm saying. We're trying to get more. You know, they're going to have that Black Friday sale. You know, that TV is going to, everybody going to get a TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. TV. Got to have a TV. The bigger the TV, the better. Can't even fit in your house.
What do you need another TV for?
To watch Netflix, Dr. K.
Which is crazy, because half of you don't pay for your Netflix anyway. You got your cousins. I don't know how many people got my doggone password for Netflix and for Prime Video and HBO Max. And I don't think my kids even have cable in their house. They're running off of what we got over here. But still, Black Friday, instead of going out, getting anything, and I already told my kids, you getting, you know, if you get anything, you getting crypto. We're going to eat good.
That's it.
We're going to eat good and we're going to enjoy family, because we have Christmas every day. We're always buying stuff. I have a 17-year-old. I wish I could put it on here. But I have a 17-year-old and she has her own credit cards. She knows how to trade. And I set up her a crypto account. She gets a check. She pays herself every Friday.
Come on now.
$249. She pays herself every Friday. She ain't got no bills.
Come on.
She ain't got no bills, and she got her crypto wallet set up to where it's growing money. She also, you know, have universal index insurance. We have that on her. By the time she turns, I thought it was 18. She'll be 18 in 2 years. She will be almost a millionaire because we started early with her.
Wow.
And we put extra in there. Now, she ain't going to get it.
That part.
Until she's 30.
You hear that?
We got to make sure she got the right man.
You hear that, princess? You ain't getting it.
Yeah. And then also we have trust accounts set up to where our trust accounts is just like a bank. We, you know, Jay was on here the other week and followed Jay Lawrence. Dr. Jewel introduced him to me, and we finally got all of our stuff together. It was worth the pay. Now, some people say, I don't want to pay no $25,000. I don't want to pay $50,000. Listen, pay it so you can be your own bank, because now we are in charge of everything, but we own nothing. And then people, why wouldn't you want to? I want nothing in my name.
That part.
Because now we are literally the bank. We're getting everything transferred over. Now the house, all of that stuff is going up under the trust. This is how I told you I went to this meeting and I found out how the poor got rich and how the rich got wealthy. Don't just teach you this.
Come on now.
Just don't teach you how to trade. It's an educational platform. We educate you on the finance. Now, let me say this for compliance come running. Shout out to compliance. I am not a financial advisor. I am just testifying to the goodness of God.
Yes. Amen. We're just testifying,
Yeah,
complying
we're just testifying.
the goodness of God.
Yeah.
That part right there. Because God has been good to us. God has been good.
Yes.
And this
He has.
platform has been a blessing, Dr. K.
It really has. And in all seriousness, let me ask you this, and I want you to type it in the chat. If we can show you how to make the money that you currently spend work for you, would you be interested? No sound is frozen. Somebody said no sound is frozen.
That's Apostle. Can you guys hear us? Yeah, I think we're good because we'd have heard from others. JJ, are we good? Blama, we should be good, correct? Yeah, Blama said we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we can show you, Donna said yes.
Okay, great.
If
Thank
we
you.
can show you how to make your money that you currently spend work for you, and it's so simple. It's so simple. Guys, listen, since I've been doing this, and I do help people learn how to trade. When you're ready for the foundation of it, that's where I step in at. And I show you how to actually trade. So when you're looking at the charts and you're looking on CNBC and you're looking at the news and stuff, and you understand what's going on, because we teach you this in I Am Master Academy. We teach you this. And if I can show you, or Angela can show you how to start your very own bank for $185. This is the thing. This is our Black Friday sale right here.
That part. That's it right there. I mean, everybody's doing Black Friday so early now.
Yeah. So if we can show you how to start your own bank. Now, I know that it costs to start our own bank because I've been asked to come work with a bank and help and trade in their Forex department. Wow. And they was trying to get up all this hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. And then the first part is like $50,000. Then they got to get all this insurance and all this stuff. So, but if I can show you how to start your own bank for $185, would you be interested? Type yes in the chat.
Wow.
We're not doing just talking anymore. We're not talking no more. We're no longer talking. We're putting it into action. We're putting it into action.
Hey, Chinello. Chinello said yes. I'm actually at their women's conference, Dr. K, at Chinello Church, December the 11th. Yes, Donna Russell said yes. Praise God. Chinello said yes. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Well, Angela, tell them how they can reach you.
Yes. So there's a link right here that you can see scrolling, cryptothefutureofmoney.com. Apostle said yes, cryptothefutureofmoney.com. You could actually click on that link, or you could just go to that link. I know Blama's going to place it in the chat as well. Crypto, the future of money. It says or money, Blama. It should say of money. And Crypto, the future of money. And you'll be able to sign up right there, guys. The link is right there. Just say click here to join. And I'm telling you, we'll be here to be able to walk you through this process. Your Christmas will be a crypto Christmas. You're going to close out 2021 strong. It's going to be your strongest closing out. Why? Because we're going to give you a strategy and a roadmap for 22. cryptothefutureofmoney.com. That's where you go. cryptothefutureofmoney.com. And then there's going to be a link placed in the chat as well. Now, Dr. Kathy, one of the things that fear, how do you address fear? When we talked about even being able to take some money, put it into that account and live off the profit or live off the interest. And 22 can be that year where we live off the interest, where we live off of our profits. But that fear that comes through somebody's mind, I'm going to put my money in the bank because the bank is safer. Bank don't give you nothing. But come on, talk to that,
well,
Dr. K, before we wrap up.
Let's talk about Matthew 25, starting at verse 14. Let's talk about that. So Matthew 25, verse 14, God gave them talents. He gave them usury. He gave them seed money. And he told them to, give them instructions, told them what to do. And the one who had 10, he came back. And the one who had 10, he doubled his money. God said, well done, my good and faithful servant. He came back for the increase, which was the tithe, and gave him more. The one who had 5 did the same thing. He said, well done. And so the one who had 1, Everybody got that one cousin, that one uncle, that one friend, that one sister, that one brother that just can't get right. So the one he gave one, in the latter part of verse 26 and 27, he told God, I knew that you were a hard taskmaster and you would come back reaping where you have not sown. So I hid it.
Ooh.
So I put it in the bank and I let it sit there. And so God said, and it's in red in the King James Version, in verse 27, he said, if you had gave the money to the exchangers, I could have came back for the increase.
Ooh.
So that same fear he had made him an unprofitable servant, and God kicked him out. God do not like an unprofitable, slowful servant. No, he does not like that because he's giving you everything that you need. He gave him seed to go and sow because he lied and said, I knew you would come back reaping where you hadn't sowed. That's not true.
Wow.
God gave you that job.
Ooh.
That's your seed.
Ooh.
That's your seed. So for those that are fearful, fear is not of God. And he does not like that. But you don't have any fear when you go to Walmart.
Come on now.
You don't have any fear when you go to Target. You don't have any fear when you go to that car lot. My husband, Pastor Kirkland, talks about fear all the time. You do a whole lot of talking, but you don't do what you need to do. And there's nothing. God does not give you the spirit of fear, but he gives you of love and the power of a sound mind. And so you got to have the power of a sound mind. My husband is in this room.
I know. I can feel him. Come on, Dr. Mark. You know I love.
He said fear cripples you.
Let me see. You can
see your face, babe.
You all ain't hear no good preaching until you hear from Dr. Mark Kirkland. Lord Jesus, look at him.
Blessings, everybody.
Blessings to you, man of God. You hear that voice? Oh, come on now.
I was just reiterating to her one of my points on fear. Fear is crippling. You turn yourself into a cripple when you allow fear to reign in your life. And when the Lord said that he has not given us the spirit of fear, then you already know who gives it to you. Why receive anything from your enemy?
Jesus.
Your enemy is his job is to kill, steal, and destroy. So if he sends you something, it's got some poison attached to it.
I love me some.
I love me some. Tell us where the ministry is for those that are watching that may be in the area. Come on, tell us.
We're right here in the city of Kirkland, Texas. Go ahead. I got to take this.
Okay, at Temple of Faith Apostolic Church at 808 North 8th Street, Kirkland, Texas. We're located right outside of Fort Hood, the largest military base in the United States is where we're located. We're right outside the gate.
Guys, just share that, please, and get some folks, invite them. Dr. Mark actually ministered in Aruba for our wealth conference this year. And I'm telling you, life trend, when he opens his mouth, I just start writing. You just what he shared about just fear, Dr. Kathy, is just so powerful. So guys, and again, you could join them online. Where's the church online, Dr. K? How
is faith, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2.com.
Wonderful.
Faithforyou2.com.
Faithforyou2.com. So guys, check them out. So Dr. K, as we get ready to close out, final words for those that are watching. Guys, you have 44 more days and you could determine how those days are going to go. Don't fall for the lie. Don't fall for the trick. Understand now the importance of you being an investor.
Listen, I wandered in the wilderness for 25 years.
I wonder too.
I wandered in the wilderness for 25 years. Never knew how to be recession proof. We have the keys that you're needing in order to stop running around. You get tired of being in the same road. Every year around this time, we broke. And then we're waiting on the IRS, the income tax check to come in, and we celebrating because we getting $2,000-$3,000. Some getting $4,000, some getting $5,000, and you should be mad because you're only getting a small portion of what you paid in.
Can you imagine?
You loaned the government your money.
Wow,
it's your money.
Wow.
So now you can be the bank and to be able to be your own bank, and you can have your income tax check every day. We don't worry about an income tax check anymore. We had to get out of that mindset. And then every time you got an income tax check, what you do? You went and bought a car. And you didn't get a good car. You got a car that you couldn't either afford because 6-7 months later it got repossessed, or it stayed broke down all the time and you just had to wait on your income tax check to get another car. Well, now you can get whatever you want.
Sheesh.
Whatever you want. You've been wondering for a long time. Now it's time to get in here. You need to learn to be your own bank. And look, things are only going to be open for a certain amount of time. We can still teach you how to be the bank after Friday, after the 20th. But it's going to cost you $325.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still cheap. That's not $50,000.
Come on now.
That's still good. So get with Angela. You're on her page. Get with her. And she's going to show you exactly how to set it up. If you're on my page, I shared it to my page. If you're on my page, you can find me at ibuildlegacies.com. Sign up, inbox me, and then I will get you set up and have you ready to go by in 24 hours.
Come on now.
How long do it take, Angela? We did it one time. It don't took what? 5 minutes?
Yeah, minutes.
Minutes. And then we have an educator that lets you know what's coming out in the future in the crypto world, called Curtis Cobain. I'm his auntie. Yeah. Curtis Cobain. And he shows you exactly how to do it. The most Googled and sought out crypto educator in the company. Google him.
Wow.
And you'll see it.
Wow. That's amazing. Dr. K, this is like, guys, I'm telling you, for some of you, you've been watching me for a while. You've been watching my lives. You may have also been watching Dr. K, trying to figure it out. Is this stuff for real? Well, hello, look at all these years later. She's still here. All these years later, I'm still here, looking at it saying, well, maybe I can't afford it. If you can't afford $185 to become your own bank, like you seriously are in trouble. And so you have to be able to make up your mind today. And one thing about Dr. K shared with someone today, you could find $185, go sell some shoes, go make some cakes. Come on,
Dr.
K.
The holidays. Listen, a woman is creative. Okay. When I needed the money to pay my tuition, when I didn't have anything, I had stuff in my closet that I didn't use. I had a garage sale and I made the money. My specialty is red velvet cakes. I made red velvet cakes. I took it to the church. I took it around for people to sample, and the sample was $1. I made my money. They ordered a $35 cake after that. I made the money. You have money. You just got to tap into your resources. You got to change your whole mind of thinking. Some of you can't bake, but you can cook. Sell them plates.
Come on now.
Sell you some plates to do whatever you need to do legally to get what you need in order to become your own bank.
Wow.
And come on. You can do what you love.
Then you could do that freedom. That freedom. That part right there. That freedom. You don't need that alarm clock anymore. You wake up when you want to wake up. Come on now. And you learn to make money from your phone. We'll teach you how to do it. One last area, Dr. K, before you hang up. Churches.
Oh, come on, churches. Pastors, listen. And I stop listening to the devil when they tell you that you're supposed to be a broke pastor. Your daddy is not broke. Your Father in heaven is rich. And if you're his mouthpiece, you should have the same victory as him. People that talk about pastors having nice cars and nice houses, I'm going to tell you, just like Paul did in 2 Thessalonians 2:9. The Amplified version, he states that we practice in our trades daily so that we would not be a financial burden unto the people, so that they will freely receive the gospel. So if Paul and the disciples did it, what is wrong with us doing it? Now, listen, the church is a business. It's a business.
Come on.
You can't take 2 chickens down there and say, cover my water bill. You can't take a cow down there to the mortgage company and say, hey, take this cow and cover our mortgage. They will lock your doors up if you don't pay. And you relying on the people, you relying on the tithes and offering. Now, the tithes and offering belongs to God in order to run the business. But the revelation that God gave us, the church is getting ready to is now being their own bank. And we take a certain amount of money out of the offering. Now, like I said, you got to have cash on hand for some things. You got to have the other. We take a certain amount of money out of the bank and put it into our bank, not out of our bank, out of our offerings and stuff that's coming in. And we put it into our now bank. Mm. And the church is making money off the money that's sitting there. When you do that, you have your own bank card. You can either wire the money to your bank account or you can swipe your card and pay for it. So pastors, you need to get into the 21st century. And it's time to show the people. And some people are saying, well, pastors shouldn't do that. They shouldn't tell people. If that was the case, Solomon would have never told us what to do.
Come on.
If that was the case, the world has already told us to, on Monday we do this, on Tuesday you do that, on Saturday you do this, on Friday you do this. And then they teach you to work. And you don't get to enjoy your freedom. Wow. People can hear the word more when they're not hungry. Ooh. People can hear the word more when they're not homeless.
Wow.
People can receive the word more when they're not stressed out about where their next meal gonna come from. And you can show them salvation. Yeah. Salvation, we got it. But show them what to do when they get saved. They can't keep working like that, hustling like that, and have time for God. We're supposed to go out here and turn this world upside down. This is why Paul and them had the freedom to go out and do what they needed to do because they practice in their trades daily.
Wow. Let he who have ears, let him hear. Thank you for that, Dr. Kathy. Really, really appreciate you. We know that God has called us to help advance the kingdom, and it's very important. I've gotten text messages and different calls from churches that are having financial challenges, and it's a different time, but now it's also a different time for the leaders to make different decisions, right? And to be able to ask questions.
I think we need to have a conference for just pastors.
I agree.
Coming to figure this thing out.
I agree.
In the Kingdom Chamber of Commerce.
I agree.
It's a good place to call all churches and all pastors. You work directly up on the Miles Monroe, and you can show them. Now, everybody's not going to be able to receive it, but there's scripture behind it, because the first thing out of every pastor's mouth, and this is how you miss the move of God, because you've been praying and asking God, what do I need to do? What else can I do? And all this and that. Then he send you someone. And then the first thing you say, God didn't tell me that. But if we can show you in scripture, well, this is where he is telling you to do it and telling you what you need to do. If Solomon was the wisest man that ever lived and the richest man that ever walked this earth during that time, and God said after him, there wouldn't be another one. And he said it's good to enter into foreign trade. Paul was one of his most powerful disciples in the end, who got the word out more than anybody else, and he told them what to do. Even in Isaiah, before God even got here, he said, I will give you the power to get wealth. Even in Isaiah 55, he tells you how you can buy with no money.
Come on now.
Here go the crypto. It's not tangible because you can't see it, but it's there. But this has been going on for centuries. This is how you buy with no money. You put your money in there, it multiplies. God don't add. Come on, talk back, Angela. Crypto.
I feel
God don't add. Your regular dollars, you have to add to it.
Yes.
In crypto, it multiplies.
Yes.
Am I not right?
Yes.
It multiplies.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and it multiplies quickly. It's
very quickly.
Asset. It's an appreciating asset. I saw an email today from AMC talking about we know accept crypto. I said, listen, y'all, don't go buy no popcorn with your crypto.
The Staples Center is now fin to be named crypto.com.
No.
Yes, it's on it. See if you can pull it up. Google it. The Staples Center is getting ready to be named crypto.com. And it usually goes to the highest bidder. Netflix thought they were going to get to name it. And you bid on it to be able to name it after it comes. But the thing is, the names that they used before didn't profit off of it. But the name crypto.com is going to bring a profit to the Staples Center.
What?
Because it's on there. Google it.
I'm Googling. It's right here in front of me.
There you go. Y'all better come on.
Come on now. Listen, guys. Listen to us. Just listen to the God in us. Look at that.
Staples Centers in Los Angeles will be renamed Crypto.com Arena. When that happens,
I feel like I want to cry.
This is how crypto is going to go up to $300,000. It started out when I heard about it at 25 cents. When I got in it, it was at $4,000. It is now at $60,000. When they finish with this, it's going to be $300,000. Y'all better come on in and talk back with me and get on this. This is how you become your own bank. Are we tracking? Are y'all tracking with us?
God, I hope you guys are. We're that's it. That's it. We're coming before you all and just almost crying out. Behold, it's coming.
It's ministry for us. We have this financial ministry to try to help you. We're not trying to con you. You don't have nothing that we need. I'm telling you, you don't have nothing. You have nothing that I need. Nothing. I don't benefit. I am not benefiting from just sitting. I don't get paid to sit here and talk, but my people suffer so much for lack of knowledge. I can't help but to do it. And then plus when I found out this was written and I am called to the cloth. Angela is, her husband is, my husband is. I am compelled to tell you
that part.
Now what you do with it is on you.
Wow. Well, Dr. K, final words. We're done. We did our share, right, God? You're good. We did our job. We're good. We let y'all know. Now it is in your hands. The ball is in your court. Listen, I made a decision almost 27 months ago. I said yes to this. To God be the glory. It has changed my life. It has changed my family. It's changed the way how we see money. Yes, Born Again to Rise Ministry says we must be in a position to receive. You got it right. That's it. Right. That's it. You know, we made this decision, Dr. K, that has changed our lives. And so I feel compelled because somebody said yes, because Dr. Jewel said yes. And she told me, and I learned about this thing and I've been telling everybody, but that's just me. How about you? You know, it's time for us, guys, as children of the Most High God, to be able to now open up our spiritual eyes to see and to position ourselves. The wealth transfer is not coming. The wealth transfer is here and there's a better way. So don't buy the lie. Don't buy the lie. You know, it's time for you to do something different. Now it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. It's okay. You're going to walk into it feeling unsure, but I pray that you connect with the God in me and you connect with the God in Dr. Kathy. Because when I first heard about this, I connected it with the God in Dr. Jewel and in Dr. Cindy Trim. That's how I landed up in this space. And I'm forever grateful for both of them. And so Dr. K, your final words, and we's done. Yes. Judy said, thank you, Dr. Angela and Dr. Kathy. What a wealth of information. This is reality. It is. And we need to make sure the people that we love, that we share this feed with, after you share it, what they do with it is up to them. You have done your share. That's all that matters. Dr. K, your final words.
Get started today. I can't stress it enough. It's not too late. And it does not matter what thorn that you have in your side. It does not matter what situation that you're going through right now. It does not matter what you're going through. God's grace is sufficient. And that thorn has never stopped a vision. Nobody's going to take care of your house better than you.
Come on now. Get
started today.
Get started today. Yeah, there's Dr. K. Leave it right there. Leave it right. And so to God be the glory, guys. So we love you guys. God bless you. Have yourself a blessed Thanksgiving. And remember, all it takes is one decision. Our Black Friday special is $185. That ain't no money for you to be able to change your life, change your generation's life. 17, 16 generations deep, they'll remember you forever and ever because of the smart decision you make to say that I want everything. When is the last day to sign up? The 20th is. I would tell yourself the 19th so you don't miss it. Because let me tell you what the adversary will try to do. Get you busy. Have everything come in place. Just do it now. Just do it now. Go ahead and do it now. And let us walk with you. Let us show you. Let us help you. Let us connect you with others that will be able to. That's all on this path to listen. We're all about the pathway of freedom. We're making a decision. We're learning a skill set that pays us for life. And you could change your family this Thanksgiving. Make a difference. This Christmas, make a difference. Don't be moved by all those ads that you see on TV to go run to the mall and go spend some money. No, we want to show you how you could make money on the money that you spend. That's what we're here to do. And then when you get blessed by it, we want you to come back on this show and I want you to give your testimony. That part, because that's it. We're testifying on the goodness of God. Dr. K, can you imagine one day that's all we're doing here from morning to night, just folks testifying? That's it. It's just
that's what we're supposed to do. Get the good news out.
That's it.
It didn't just happen to us, it happened to you too.
That's it. That's it. Watch people get born again. Right up here. Guys, we love you guys. We've had a great time. I pray that you were blessed by this. Yes, Apostle. And Apostle, you're connected with ministries worldwide. So yes, please share this. Go ahead and share this feed, guy. Think about 12 people. Just share it. Just send it to them and you do your share. We love you much. Dr. K, love you. Love Dr. Mark dearly. Praise the Lord. And we look forward, guys, to be able to seeing you back here to share your testimony. God has been good to you and he has blessed you through your investments. You know, Isaac grew richer and richer by the day. Why shouldn't you change Isaac's name from there and put your name? Angela grew richer and richer by the day. Kathy grew richer and richer by the day. This is your time. This is your time. Turn it around. Don't buy the lie. I'm telling you guys, you're one decision away. Become your bank today for only $185. It won't last for long. We love you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, JJ.